The hallway smelled of polished marble and expensive perfume, the kind that clings to the air in corporate buildings where power walks fast and rarely looks down. It was still early morning, the kind of hour when janitors quietly do their work before executives arrive to take over the space. Maria Alvarez had flown in from Europe the night before. She was known across boardrooms as sharp, efficient, and ruthless with time. To her colleagues, she was a symbol of success. To those beneath her, she was intimidating. Her heels clicked hard against the floor as she walked, already annoyed by a smear of mud on her designer shoe. She stopped abruptly. "You there," she snapped, pointing without really looking. Ramon, a Filipino janitor in his late 40s, paused mid-sweep. He had been working in that building for 6 years. Quiet, dependable, invisible. He pushed his cart closer. "Yes, ma'am," he said softly. She lifted her foot slightly. "My shoe. Clean it. Now." The hallway went silent, except for the hum of the air conditioner. Ramon hesitated for half a second, not out of pride, but surprise. He nodded, reached for a cloth, and knelt down. As he wiped the shoe carefully, his eyes stayed low. To Maria, he was just another worker, doing what workers do. Some employees passed by, pretending not to notice. Others slowed down, uncomfortable but unwilling to interfere. The shoe was spotless within seconds. Maria glanced down briefly, adjusted her jacket, and walked away without a word. And right there, before we go any further, if you enjoy real-life stories with powerful lessons, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Trust me, you'll want to hear how this ends. Ramon stood up, returned the cloth to his cart, and continued sweeping as if nothing happened. But here's what no one in that hallway knew. Ramon was not just a janitor. Years earlier, back in Manila, Ramon had been a successful operations manager for a regional logistics firm. He had a degree in business administration and had managed teams larger than most people in that building would ever lead. Then life happened. His wife fell ill. Medical bills piled up. He sold assets. He resigned. When she passed, he made a choice many immigrants make: start over somewhere else, anywhere else. In Europe, his qualifications didn't translate easily. His accent worked against him. Doors stayed closed. A janitorial job was what he could get, and he took it with dignity. What Ramon never lost was his mind for systems, numbers, and people. So when he cleaned floors at night, he listened. When executives talked loudly on calls, he learned. When meetings ended and whiteboards were left full of half-erased strategies, he remembered. Over time, Ramon understood the company better than many mid-level managers. Weeks after the shoe incident, the company faced a quiet crisis. A major logistics partner suddenly pulled out. Supply chains stalled. Deadlines slipped. Panic spread through upper management, though they tried to hide it behind glass doors. Maria was brought in to fix things. That was her reputation. She scheduled emergency meetings. Consultants were hired. Slides were made. Money was burned. Nothing worked. Late one evening, Ramon was mopping outside a conference room when voices inside rose. "This model won't hold," someone said. "We've tried everything," another replied. Ramon paused, not to eavesdrop, but because what they were saying didn't make sense. Their plan ignored a simple rerouting option used widely in Southeast Asia. He had implemented something similar years ago. He hesitated. Speaking up wasn't part of his job. People like him weren't asked for opinions. The door opened suddenly. Maria stepped out, frustrated, rubbing her temples. She almost bumped into Ramon. Sorry, ma'am, he said quickly, moving his cart. She stopped, really looked at him this time. You've been here a while, haven't you, she asked. Yes, ma'am. She sighed. Long night. There was a pause. Ramon's heart beat faster. Ma'am, he said carefully, I don't mean to overstep, but the issue you're facing with the rerouting delays, there may be another way. She frowned. And you know this how? I worked in logistics before, he replied simply. Back home. Silence. One of the executives peeked through the door, clearly annoyed. Maria studied Ramon for a moment. Something in his calm bothered her, in a good way. 5 minutes, she said. Come in. Inside the room, eyes widened. A janitor? In a strategy meeting? Ramon explained slowly, clearly. No jargon, just logic. He drew on the board, connecting routes, costs, timelines. At first, people resisted. Then they leaned in. Then they started asking questions. By the end of those 5 minutes, the room was completely silent. That might actually work, someone muttered. Maria crossed her arms, staring at the board. How confident are you, sir? She asked. Ramon met her eyes. Very. The company tested his idea within 48 hours. It worked, costs dropped, delays eased. The partner reconsidered. What weeks of consultants couldn't fix, a janitor solved in minutes. Maria called Ramon into her office the next day. She gestured for him to sit. He remained standing until she insisted. You should have told us who you were, she said. He smiled faintly. You never asked. Another silence, this one heavier. She cleared her throat. We're creating a new advisory role, temporary to start, with pay that reflects your experience. Ramon nodded. Thank you. As he stood to leave, Maria stopped him. Ramon, she said quietly, about that day in the hallway, he looked back, calm as ever. It's okay, he said. Life teaches us all humility, one way or another. Months later, Ramon no longer pushed a janitorial cart. He sat at the table. His badge changed. His voice mattered. And Maria, she changed too. She started greeting cleaners by name. She listened more. She never again assumed that a uniform defined a mind. Because the shock wasn't that a janitor had hidden brilliance. The real shock was how easy it is to miss greatness when you're too busy looking down. And before you go, if this story moved you or made you think, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell. Stories like this remind us that respect costs nothing, but arrogance can cost everything. Sometimes, the person cleaning your shoes today might be the one saving your company tomorrow.